Steady, her nerves not.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! What? Oh my God! It's terrorist act! What do we do?
I just remember feeling like I don't know what to do.
That's where it all started for me. On that day, September 11th, 2001, I started a journey that I didn't know where it would end up. 2,996 people were killed, including 19 of the terrorists, and more than 6,000 people were wounded. This was the worst terrorist attack of most of our lifetimes, and it covered the news for weeks. Then the so-called conspiracy theorists emerged, and what they showed just changed my view of the world forever. Have a look at some of these.
9/11 was not an inside job. It was an Osama bin Laden job with 19 people from Saudi Arabia. They murdered 3,000 Americans and other farmers, including over 200 other Muslims. And we look like idiots, folks, denying that the people who murdered our fellow citizens did it when they are continuing to murder people all around the world. So we heard from you. You go away.
Steady, her nerves not.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! What? Oh my God! It's terrorist act! What do we do?
I just remember feeling like I don't know what to do.
That's where it all started for me. On that day, September 11th, 2001, I started a journey that I didn't know where it would end up. 2,996 people were killed, including 19 of the terrorists, and more than 6,000 people were wounded. This was the worst terrorist attack of most of our lifetimes, and it covered the news for weeks. Then the so-called conspiracy theorists emerged, and what they showed just changed my view of the world forever. Have a look at some of these.
9/11 was not an inside job. It was an Osama bin Laden job with 19 people from Saudi Arabia. They murdered 3,000 Americans and other farmers, including over 200 other Muslims. And we look like idiots, folks, denying that the people who murdered our fellow citizens did it when they are continuing to murder people all around the world. So we heard from you. You go away.
Very nice. We have our own phone.
I'd love to see New York. We could all go with the bus company's special
wine at the summer camp?
She must have.
You pay your taxes, and you help your landlady carry out her garbage. The other life is lived in computers, where you go by the hacker alias Neo and are guilty. £9, 11 ounces. That's perfect.
Father, a post rider!
Before us, the opportunity to forge
oh, the UN's going to take over global
Conspiracy
government.
theorists.
They've been crazy, but now they're right.
Yeah, well, when Geithner,
it's happening.
When Geithner said he would be open to the idea of a global currency last week,
yeah.
Those conspiracy people had said and suggested that for years.
Right.
You're not wrong.
The problem with conspiracy theorists is they're only conspiracy theories until they're not. After seeing all of the things that predicted 9/11 before 9/11, it became clear to a lot of us that what we were watching, what we were being shown in movies and TV shows, wasn't just for entertainment. In some cases, there were messages ingrained in the video. So now we pay attention to it. Now we try not to miss the signs that we missed before, so that we can possibly prevent, or at the very least warn people that something like this might be coming. This movie actually kind of tells you the plot of the 9/11 attack.
Her stop that. I don't want to hear that stuff. Intelligence community. You people are unbelievable. You dump a mess like this in my lap, and then you come whining to me and say, where is our funding? Well, I'll tell you where it is. Can you say health care?
Pick him up.
I'm gonna miss you, Major. You aren't ready to stay dead. You don't know the rules of the game anymore.
Tell me about it. 8 years ago, this guy was on the hit list.
Budget cuts, dear. Congress blinded us overseas. I was forced to turn to any eyes and ears I could find, even if that meant recruiting the quote-unquote bad guys here.
And that reason is to know when the time is near. Not to know the time, but to know when it's near. And for that time, know that there are many events that need to take place. There needs to be earthquakes in various places. You could argue that we're having that already. There's a great earthquake as well. I don't know if that is part of the various earthquakes, but it is separate in the Bible. So in my mind, it's a separate event. Thunders and lightnings, we have that all the time. But I'm assuming this will be a big storm, because thunder and lightnings indicate some sort of storm that's coming. And when you hear things coming from people who are in the know, or who should be in the know, like the President of the United States saying things like, this is the calm before the storm, you can take that at face value, or you can look into it, similar to the way 9/11 was conveyed to us through subliminal messaging. And then you can look at the current events going on in the world and realize that this is excuse me, this is a unique time in our recent history. And all I'm trying to do is warn people. I couldn't live with myself if, just like the 9/11 attacks that were predicted in the movie and the TV shows, if I see something that I think could be something similar to that and not say anything, I couldn't live with myself if people died again and it was preventable. I have a love for humanity that makes no sense. I'm an idealist. I wish the world was better, that we could all get along. And I know inside of my spirit that that is naive. I have to go back to the Bible, the days where they were building the Tower of Babel, or Babel. God separated the people, made them speak in different languages, and scattered them across the earth. Are we meant to be united? The problem with humanity when it comes together is it's not always good. We can do good things, but we can do terrible things, like create nuclear weapons. I hope that seeing those predictions in the movies and in the TV shows just opens your eyes a little bit more to the fact that we're not living in a world that's, full of peace and love. There are some people out there who want and need power, who want and need money, and who will do anything to get it. Georgia Guidestones is their number one. They play off of God's commandments. For me, it's a mockery of commandments, having 10 of them. And you can say point number 1, point number 2, through to point number 10 is all about depopulation. Maintain humanity under 500 million. Guide reproduction wisely. Be not a cancer on the earth. Leave room for nature. Leave room for nature. They want to reduce us. They want to control us. There's too many of us, apparently. Although the entire world, every person living on it, could fit into the landmass of Australia and leave the entire landmass that's left for anything else. Greed is what's brought us to this place. So I want you people to wake up. I want you to wake up. It's not just I want you to wake up. I need you to wake up. Dates will be wrong. And as I did in my last video, I apologize if the dates that have been given have caused you any distress. But just like the date was given in the movies and wasn't picked up until after the event, I feel, and a lot of people out there feel, that they're doing it again. And this time, we're not going to ignore it.